My cat woke me up at 3. Okay. So I'm gonna have to go to bed. I'm gonna have to go back to bed pretty soon. I don't know what's up with my cat. I don't know why he does this shit to me, but he was pawing all over me and whining and complaining. And I went to look at his food dish, and it was fine. There's tons of food there. There's tons of water there. There's tons of food there. There's no ants. There's nothing in the way of his business, and he was literally just trying to get in my face and wake me up because apparently he needed attention at 3 in the fucking morning. Okay, so I will have to go to sleep very soon. I'm like already like nodding off. I'm nodding off. But I do want to explain this because I've done a couple of like kind of poignant live streams over the last couple of days, kind of explaining what's happening. And I think even like the people who were in my inner circle who like freaked the fuck out um, and started hurting the people that mattered to them because they were terrified of what was happening. So let me explain to you why we are where we are right now. I don't want to put all of the responsibility on her, but a large amount of responsibility falls on her, right? So I've been talking about how Karen Brunell is like this horrible person in progressive politics. She really is. She's a really fucking horrible person, you guys. She has her claws in our revolution. She has, I think she probably has some DSA connections too. She's connected to Roots Action through Norman Solomon. She has the Progressive Delegates Network where they determine like who is considered progressive in California. She has connections into PDA, and she ruins people. That is kind of like her whole goal. That's like she doesn't know how to like run a clean campaign at all. She's constantly taking centrist candidates like Kim Ellis. Kim, I'm not trying to knock you, but let's be real. You were a Hillary delegate. You were a Hillary delegate. Not trying to give you crap because she did coach you. She gave you her playbook and taught you how to speak like a progressive. And maybe you even like evolved. Maybe you did. Maybe you evolved and you became progressive. And if that is the case, kudos to you. I think that's rad. We would rather have you on our side than not. But the reality is that when she was running you, you were not. You were centrist candidate. She did the same thing with Delaney Easton, guys. She convinced all the progressives in California that this charter school industry candidate was somehow a progressive. And you guys all bought that shit hook, line, and sinker. Even though Nina Turner, who was the president of Our Revolution at the time, refused to endorse Tulane when she was running for governor, y'all still did it anyway. Karen does things like she lifts up like the most horrible. I'm not saying this about you, Kim, or Delane, but I'm saying this about the dude who's been stalking me for 3 years that I had to go to court against, who I dropped 70 pounds of weight because I was getting so severely harassed by this network. Karen lifts up some of the most incredibly horrible people in California and gives them a platform. She runs Slates, the Progressive Delegates Network, and all this crap. The fact that she was able to sweep the Progressive Caucus with her candidates. And Amar, I'm not trying to give you crap either because I think you just sort of fell into. There's a lot of people who I think you guys just fall into this because you side with who you think is popular and who has the power. Just because people are popular and have the power does not mean they're good people. It really doesn't. It really doesn't mean that they're good people. In fact, they could be fucking hideous people. Look at Trump. Trump got fucking elected president. And for 4 years, we had to endure that shit. We had to endure that shit for 4 fucking years. So don't tell me that just because somebody is popular, that it makes them a good person. She's not a good person. And what ends up happening is not only do people like Karen tear other people down who she perceives to be a threat, right? She perceives me to be a threat for some reason. I've never even fucking met this woman. I've never met her. But she perceives me to be a threat. She spread ridiculous rumors about me over the years. Just childish nonsense. In 2019, when I went to San Francisco KDM, she was no longer the chair anymore, and her candidate lost. Kim Ellis did not win chair of KDM. Rusty Hicks won. I don't really have an opinion on Rusty. I know some people have very strong opinions on Rusty. I don't really have an opinion one way or the other. I know he's not really a progressive. But if we're talking about the chair being a position that just like is the head of an organizing body, and he's not really weighing in one way or the other on the actual like issues, then I don't care. If he's able to allocate the resources in such a way that we win elections, then that's great. And you guys can't give me crap for that, because I have people around me who call themselves, say that they're progressive. They're more progressive than me, and they end up backing people who are way more centrist or more centrist positions, or I'm going to take PAC money because I think that I should be able to take PAC money. I don't agree with that bullshit. Point being is, we should be working, like, we are so self-destructive, you guys. The Democratic Party is so self-destructive. We shouldn't be hurting each other like this. We shouldn't be doing this shit to each other. This should not be happening. So yeah, they've come after me with like all kinds of... I'm not even that fucking important, but apparently I am. Apparently I am that important. That every single time I run for something, they have to tear me down and try and like take me out. And they lift up the most toxic, horrible fucking people possible to not only lead the organizations that we're involved in and run for ADEMs and run for Central Committee, and they lift up I threw somebody out of I have a group called Orange County Democrats. I had to throw out Scott Reinhardt's alternate yesterday because she was defending a Nazi. Come on, Sudi. Come on, Sudi. For fuck's sake, you guys. It's not a joke. You guys, this isn't theory. This isn't something that's debatable. It's not debatable, okay? It's bad enough that we are on the cusp of that Palestinian argument where there are people who don't even believe in a two-state solution. They actually want to fucking eradicate all Israeli people from living in the Middle East, despite the fact that that land was awarded to them because of the genocide of the Holocaust. Because of the Holocaust. They were given a space to live. And granted, they have elected the wrong leaders, right? And they have done terrible things. But this isn't just a get rid of one society versus... I mean, I don't even want to get into that. I don't want to get into that. Because it's a horrible debate. And some people think that they're edgy by becoming entirely anti-Semitic about the situation. And I can't agree with that. And that is where Karen has been taking the Progressive Caucus. She doesn't care about, her entire platform, what you guys have been doing, I really want you to step back and take a look at this. Not only have you guys become bigoted, anti-Semitic, you are anti-labor. You guys come after labor at this point. You ran a candidate for chair who, according to what I was told, has crossed the picket line something like 8 or 9 times. She really didn't give a shit. Not once. She crossed the picket line like 8 or 9 times, you guys. And she cares so little about the people in the progressive movement that she's willing to absolutely ruin people. She's willing to absolutely ruin people. This is no joke. I mean, obviously, she's come after me. I don't even fucking know her. I don't even know her. She's come after me. She's come after my allies. She's done it in such a way that it's created a division between us so that we can't even work together anymore because, like, everybody's like, well, I'm out for myself now. I'm out for myself now. I can't trust that you have my back. Because when these people come after me and you don't have my back, then I don't know that I can trust you. And the same thing happens for you, right? Like if they come after you and I don't see it as serious because it's not affecting me personally, then you don't trust me anymore because I don't have your back to the degree that you want me to have it. She is literally destroying every progressive organization that we have in California and the caucus and the entire movement. And it trickles down into national politics because she also has a stranglehold on the Nick Brana organization and she has a stranglehold on the Jimmy Dore Network. And so this affects everything across the goddamn country. Everything. It's not that I'm important, you guys. It's that I'm perceptive. I'm able. I once told y'all on a live stream. I once told y'all that I had a workers' comp injury where I had like some nerve damage in my left arm, and when I had to re-enter the workforce, I had to take some testing, like some re-enter the workforce testing. I tested genius in puzzles. Which is really weird for me, but I did. I tested genius in puzzles. So what is the value I can bring to you in this movement? The value I can bring to you in this movement is that I'm able to connect the puzzle pieces. And I'm telling you straight up, Karen Brunell is the biggest problem for us in progressive politics. She is the most devastating player out there. Stop working with her, please.